Sabrina. So I have something really special for you guys today that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So for the past week, I have been reading the Chronicles. For some of you who don't know, that's all people also consider it the Beautiful Creatures series. But the technical name for it is the Chronicles. So the books in that series are Beautiful Creatures, Beautiful Darkness, Beautiful Chaos, and Beautiful Redemption. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm just basically going to go through each book kind of quickly, focus more on the first book, so you guys can get interested in this series. And then if you've read this series or are thinking about reading the last book, I am going to be doing a separate review right after this for the last book, which is Beautiful Redemption. But they will have spoilers in it, so don't check out that review unless you've read the series. I'm also going to be doing a book-to-movie adaptation when the movie Beautiful Creatures comes out, and that comes out on Valentine's Day. So look for that in about a month or so. So I'll start with the first book, and that is Beautiful Creatures, and that is by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll, written right down here. So I'm just going to start with reading the synopsis on the back so you guys can kind of get an idea of what the series is about. So it says, Lena Duquesnes is unlike anyone the small southern town of Gatelin has ever seen, and she's struggling to conceal her power and a curse that has haunted her family for generations. But even within the overgrown gardens, murky swamps, and crumbling graveyards of the forgotten South, a secret cannot stay hidden forever. Ethan Waite, who has been counting the months until he can escape from Gatelin, is haunted by dreams of a beautiful girl he has never met. When Lena moves into town, in the town's oldest and most infamous plantation, Ethan is inexplicably drawn to her and determined to uncover the connection between them. In a town with no surprises, one secret could change everything. So I'd just like to start off by saying that I absolutely loved and adored this book and this series. I loved it. My favorite book would probably have to be the first one. So I also like to point out that this book is from Ethan Waite's perspective. So it's from a male's point of view, male's narration, which is very different because most YA books are from the female's perspective. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down while I talk to you guys about it. So Ethan Waite is our main character, and he is just like, every other southern boy, but he feels like he's different. He doesn't take all of those southern things too seriously. Like, they have a lot of traditions, and they like to reenact some of the battles that happened in the Civil War, and he's just not really a part of that. But you learn that his mother worked in the library in the town, and she passed on. She was in I believe they say a car accident, and ever since then his dad has been kind of like a hermit in his study, kind of working on a book because he was an author. And he's pretty much raised by his housekeeper, and her name is Amma. And she raised Ethan, and she also raised Ethan's dad from childhood. And she's one of my absolute favorite characters. She does not take anyone's crap. A lot of people are intimidated by her. I just think that she's so awesome. She's just that typical, she's got that, she talks in her southern drawl, and she just thinks she knows everything about everything, and she pretty much does. No one messes with her, like I said, and she's just one of my favorite characters. So the book mainly focuses on Ethan and Lena, and their kind of romance, and the troubles that happen with Lena that Ethan gets dragged into, and, helps her battle out the things that she needs to battle. I don't want to go into too much depth just to ruin it in case you guys haven't read it yet. Another character that I really enjoyed was Link, and that is Ethan's best friend. They've been friends since childhood, when Link shared a Twinkie with Ethan on the bus. And I just think that he is hysterical. He thinks that he's like a ladies' man, but, no one really pays attention to him. But you definitely see his character start to develop throughout the series, and I absolutely love him. Another character that I really enjoyed reading about was Ridley, and that is Lena's cousin. she was just so into herself, and she thought she was absolutely gorgeous, and she could get anybody that she wanted, and I just loved her. I found her to be completely fascinating, and her and Link kind of have, some kind of lover's quarrel going on. They love each other, they don't love each other, they like each other, but they never really come out and say it, but everyone else kind of knows it. Another one of my absolute favorite characters was Lena's uncle, Macon Ravenwood, or maybe it's Macon, I don't know. But he was just kind of like always there, always supportive, really helpful, and not what you expect him to be when you start off the book. So some of the secondary characters were like the girls in the high school that were very catty and very, they had their Southern traditions, and they were very polite. So when they had to be polite, they were very mean to Lena because she was different and she wasn't like them, and her uncle was a recluse, and everyone thought that the place was haunted and that he was crazy and stuff like that. There was, in every single one of these books, all four, there was a triumph that they had to overcome. And it was kind of like in Harry Potter, not that this is anything like Harry Potter, but in Harry Potter, every book, there's always something that Harry had to, get past to get where he needed to go, or to make him, better in some way. And this was like them. In every single book, they had a challenge. And every book kept me equally interested. I was never bored. I never wanted to hurry up and finish. And I thought that the villains were great. There were so many different villains in each of these books. There was some villains were in each and every book, and then there was some that didn't come until the end. But there was always a villain. There was always an obstacle to overcome, and most of the time there was multiple obstacles to overcome. Let's see. One of my favorite villains was Seraphine. She was a really great villain. Also, Abraham. I don't want to go too much into detail about the villains because it will kind of ruin it for you. But one that I can talk about is Hunting, and he is Macon Ravenwood's brother. He was a really good villain. And someone who you wouldn't really think as a character is Boo Radley, and that's Lena's uncle's dog, Macon Ravenwood. That's his dog, and I just loved the parts with him in it. I thought that he was so interesting and cute, and I could just picture him in my mind. Some other characters that I loved were Ethan's aunts. They called them the sisters, and they were just, feisty little spitballs of fire, and they're really, really old, and I believe that they're the oldest people living in Gateland, and I loved it because I'm from New York, and I don't really know anything about the Southern traditions, and I've never read a book really that was so thick in Southern traditions, and I could kind of understand that world and where they were coming from, and it made me feel like warm and cozy, and that I wanted to be part of it, and I absolutely loved it. The world building between these two authors was amazing. So yeah, Beautiful Creatures was my favorite one out of the four. I just loved Lena and Ethan, and they overcame so many obstacles just to be together. I don't want to go into too much detail about it because I don't want to give anything away for people that haven't read it, but guys, you need to pick this up. You need to start the series. I read this series in a week. They're all about 500 pages, give or take. But they are such quick reads. It will take you a day to get through one, maybe 2 days. But I just read whenever I could just to get through them because I loved them so much, and I was really sad to see the series end. But guys, please look forward to my review of Beautiful Redemption. If you have read the series, please look forward to that because there will be a spoiler-free section, but there will be a spoiler section. So guys, please comment down below and let me know if you've read this series, if you've read one of the books, two of the books, all of the books. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you're going to see the movie because I am definitely going to see the movie. And if you guys are interested in seeing the movie, I highly recommend reading the book first, okay? So please comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if any of you guys want a more in-depth review of a specific book. I just wanted to see how many people actually read the first one or was reading the series before I made a whole bunch of reviews on all of them. So please comment down below, guys, and let me know if you'd like to see more. And wait for my review of Beautiful Creatures, book to movie adaptation in February. All right, I'll see you in a little bit, guys. Bye.